I scooted over to Our Lady of Perpetual Sorrow first thing in the morning. I was desperate. My car was wrecked with a capital W, and I didn't have the money to fix it or even tow it out of the lot. I had a blank employee evaluation in my pocket, and I couldn't afford to lose my job. And worse, Faust's evil ex-girlfriend Katya, who had once tried to kill us all via zombies, was prowling around again. I needed serious, divine-level help, and who better to get it from than my guardian angel? I mean, she should at least fix the car. Technically, it was her fault it was destroyed. When I rode up, people were leaving after morning mass, mostly old folks with cotton ball hair, teetering on canes, because that's who goes to mass on weekday mornings. They knew the deal. They needed to rack up those extra get-into-heaven points while they still could, which might be why they looked so confused when I rode up. I tried to act casual and pretend I belonged as I ducked inside. I even dipped my fingers in the holy water and made the sign of the cross because you gotta walk the walk when you need divine intervention. I crossed myself extra hard, then scanned the church looking for Angel, but she wasn't by the altar. She wasn't on any of the big pedestals either. Weird. I mean, if a church has a crying Virgin Mary statue, a legit miracle incarnate sent from heaven, you'd think they'd put it front and center, right? This church was called Our Lady of Perpetual Sorrow, but nope. So I strolled the perimeter looking for her. A few old ladies sat in the front row talking to a priest so old he was nearly a holy relic. But so far, no angel. Just a chubby lady in a puffy paint sweatshirt, brushing a feather duster across the stations of the cross carvings on the wall. So I doubled back, and that's when I found her, glowing like the miracle she was destined to be. No wonder I didn't see her. She had her own little room near the front door. She was on a fancy stand, surrounded by thousands of lit candles in tiny red glass cups. The donation box in front of her was stuffed so full, crumpled dollar bills spilled out of the coin slot. She had a sly smile on her face as she basked in the warm glow of success. "Wow, Angel, this is working out great for you." I knelt down on the little pleather kneeler facing her and folded my hands in prayer. "So, now that your weeping statue duty is all settled, I need your help. What am I supposed to do with my life? Literally, I have this form to fill out." I dug my paper out of my pocket and showed it to her. She didn't say anything. She smirked, looking at me with lifeless wooden eyes. I huffed. Look, I said I was sorry I left you outside by the dumpster. But if I had knocked on the front door, they would have arrested me for stealing you. It's not my fault you ran away. So can you please help me?" Still nothing. She just glared at me, stone still. "Really? The silent treatment?" "Yes, apparently." Her lips didn't move. Her eyes didn't flit back and forth in their carved wood sockets. They did nothing. They weren't even wet. "Hold on. You're on weeping statue duty. Why aren't you crying?" "I am," she said. "I'm behind you, dummy. You're kneeling in front of St. Elizabeth." "I am?" I had to squint to see the little plaque at the statue's feet through all the candles. Sure enough, it said St. Elizabeth. Oops. Not sure how I missed that. Or how I missed the tortillas rolled up tight placed between the rows of candles. There were dozens of them. Why are people leaving her tortillas? "Don't even get me started." I rolled my eyes. Yep, that's my angel, all right. But where? I poked my head out of the room and still didn't see her. Seriously, a crying statue of the Virgin Mary with my guardian angel trapped inside should be easy to spot. But all I saw were a Joseph and one of those creepy open-heart surgery Jesuses next to a section marked off with buckets and orange caution cones. "Where are you?" "I'm behind the cones. Oh, the humiliation." I stepped closer, and sure enough, there she was. She stood in a dark alcove in the wall. Not a single candle in her stand was lit. Although, in her defense, no candle could stay lit in a cup filled with tears. And I wasn't sure anyone could get past the cones, the giant puddle, or the dozens of buckets filled with tears around the base of her statue, even if they wanted to light one. What's with the buckets? Are they collecting tears to sell in the gift shop like miracle juice?
No, they don't even know these are heavenly tears.
She cried so hard, her tears sprinkled the top of my head, which explained the puddle on the floor.
These idiots think there's a leak in the roof. How am I supposed to win new souls and fortify the pious if they don't notice me?
They wouldn't send you here for nothing. It'll get better.
Will it? No one can see me, and now they've got me blocked off.
She cried. Surprise.
I need a minimum of 1,000 new souls to get out of here. Do you know how many I have so far? 0! Zilch! Maybe a crying statue isn't enough anymore.
Well, you can't make a miracle with that attitude.
Attitude?
She glared at me.
I'm not the problem. Ohio is the problem. You blithering hayseeds wouldn't know a miracle if it hit you on the tractor.
Who are you calling a hayseed? Columbus is a big city.
Whatever. Ohio is the flyover zone. Even for angels, everyone knows that,
she said.
And you're missing the point. Look what I have been reduced to. Crying for no one in a dark corner. This is the worst.
It's not that bad.
Oh, it's not? Look at all those candles in front of St. Elizabeth. Like her head isn't big enough. I will never hear the end of this.
About that, what's up with the tortillas? Angel cried so hard tears rained down on me like, well, rain. Sorry I asked.
If you must know, she put the face of Mary on a tortilla in Honduras last year. She got 100,000 new souls for a tortilla,
Angel said.
She got a promotion, too. She's been taking on cases that used to be reserved only for guardian angels. The humiliation. What is the celestial order coming to?
Is there anything I can do to cheer you up?
Unless you can bring me 1,000 new souls, no,
she said.
Leave me to my quiet shame. But do me a favor and blow out all of Elizabeth's candles on your way out. She's smug enough as is. The canonized, unbearable.
She tried to swivel away from me, but they must have had her glued down pretty good, because she grunted a few times, then gave up. Okay then, since you're not busy, I need help.
You're kidding!
Her teary eyes locked on mine. Then she cried louder, harder. Helping me isn't that bad. She dialed up the tears to 11. I huffed and crossed my arms. Wow, I thought we were friends.
Zip it! Not everything is about you!
Her eyes locked on two old ladies wobbling out of the pew nearest the buckets. She laid on the tears. One of the old ladies looked at Angel and stopped.
Oh, it's happening! It's finally happening!
Angel wobbled in anticipation. The old lady looked at Angel for a long time, then up at heaven, then down at her shoe, which she lifted out of a puddle of miracle tears. She turned to her friend and said, "We'll need to have another bake sale if we're going to fix that roof. Look at the size of this puddle. We've only had an inch of rain this week." Then she shook her head, and the two of them hobbled toward the front door. This time, Angel cried actual tears of grief, not heaven-mandated miracle tears. I felt bad for her. Wow, that was harsh.
I'll never get my job back at this rate! I was born to be a guardian angel! Literally made!
you're still my guardian angel.
No, I'm not! Remember, I've been suspended! You're on your own, undefended! So be extra careful! Death is literally around every corner! See? Hi, Ned!
She nodded. I turned around. A grim reaper stood by the door, waving at her. Oh, God! I froze.
Relax. He's not here for you.
Ned turned and booped the old lady who'd suggested the bake sale on the head. She dropped like a rock. Her friend crossed herself and said, "We'll have that bake sale, Ida, to honor your memory."